Assalamualaikum, dear fellas. This is one and only yours, Fahad Aslam Khokhar, the fiberologist, and I welcome you all to Freelancing with Fahad. Today, I am super excited because I have extremely interesting and very attractive guest with me. Everybody, please welcome Miss Katty Duncan. Katty, how are you?
Hi, doing good. How are you?
I am doing very fine. Katty, since you will be here on our platform for the first time, I know that what is your job, what are your expertise, but I would like you to introduce yourself to our audience. Who is Katty Duncan actually?
Yeah, so I am a full-time freelance copywriter. So I work with clients on a variety of projects like blog posts, social media posts, website copy, creating product descriptions and marketing, sales stuff. So yeah, just kind of an array of writing projects. It's really fun.
That's great. It is fun. So how long it's been that you are in this field of copywriting and what actually motivated you to become one?
Yeah, so I was actually, previous to writing, I worked in education. So I taught my own
Okay.
classroom for a few years and did that. And then just kind of woke up one day and realized, like, oh my gosh, I don't want to teach. Like, this was never part of my plan. And
Yeah.
so I trained somebody, put in my notice. I had started kind of inching towards creating a writing platform, working on my website, working on sample blog pieces, and then finally just pulled the plug on teaching and was like, I'm done with this. Like, I'm ready to just write full time. So I've been doing that for almost 6 months now of just
Wow.
writing.
So you actually inferred your passion and found out that this was not your field and you switched it to being a full-time freelance copywriter. That's
Yeah.
great. And I think that's really very fortunate when one manages to infer his or her passion. Okay, when the
Hmm.
profession and passion join with each other, then this is actually when the miracles happen.
It
Okay,
really is.
so
Yeah.
yeah, I would like to tell my audience that there is a difference of at least 12 hours. Pakistan is 12 hours ahead of from where Miss Katty Duncan is streaming right now. She got up at 6:30 a.m. just to get interact with our audience. So we literally owe a profound debt of gratitude to you,
Thank you.
Miss Katty. Uh, I just said that so I couldn't forget that. Okay, I don't want to forget that thing.
Yeah,
So
it's very early.
uh, I have some very quick questions that I have written for you.
Awesome.
Um, since you know that copywriting is quite old niche, but it got popular in the recent times. Okay, so what actually motivated you? You must have seen a role model in your life who must have been doing quite well in that field. That is a separate thing that you felt that teaching was not your thing. But what actually motivated you to feel that copywriting could be my thing? What was
I
that element? Yeah.
Yeah, I started I've always loved writing, but I didn't really know how to make it a career. I feel like people kind of say, oh, I'm a freelance writer. And it's like, yeah, okay, sure you are. Like, nobody really does that. And so I started looking on Instagram and TikTok and trying to find other people just typing in freelance writers. And I found a couple of other girls that do it that are wildly successful. And so I just kind of followed their structure with how they got into it, the platforms they were on, how to build up my website. And so that really motivated me to be like, okay, this is a real thing. Like, I can totally do this. And so I just kind of built up to it and then just took the leap and dove into it. But yeah, finding all of the other writers online that are actively doing this was like a huge push to be like, okay, this is a real thing. Like, I can also do this.
That's great. That's great. So, what do you feel that everybody could be a copywriter? Is it an innate talent of anyone? Or what if one could become one? What are the prerequisites to become a good copywriter?
Yeah, I think pretty much, yeah, anybody could do this. There's so many different like niches that you can work in within copywriting. So whatever your interest is, if it's finance or video games or books, like there's definitely a market for everything. And so I think the like top three things that I always recommend to new writers is have a website, have a portfolio, have something that gives you that online presence so that people like you can see me and be like, oh, this person knows what they're doing. So have an online presence, have a website, have Instagram, something like that to reference back to. Have sample pieces. If you don't have anything published on a site, write your own, publish it yourself. There's tons of self-publishing applications out there. There's one
So
built
many.
into my website. So yeah, self-publish your own work and just apply for anything and everything, even something you don't think you're qualified for. Give it a try. Like,
Yeah, it's always better to give it a try. Since you said that there are so many niches in the field of copywriting, and I've been teaching people not only the copywriting but many online entrepreneurship ventures for so many years, and I have seen this mindset of people that they present themselves as if they are jack of all trades. Okay,
yeah,
I mean, they would say that I can fix the lamp as well and I can go to the moon as well. But
yeah.
you said that there are so many niches specifically in the field of copywriting. So it is a good strategy to position yourself in a specific niche, or you should brand yourself as a general copywriter.
I think having like one sole thing that you focus on is a really good strategy, because then when potential clients and businesses look at your site and look at your portfolio, they can see like, oh my goodness, this person is an expert in outdoor recreation. They're an expert in food. They're an expert in beauty products or fashion.
Fine.
Oh my goodness.
Got you.
Sorry, my alarm just went off because this is when I usually wake up.
Not an issue. Not an issue. Not an issue. Not an issue.
Yeah, I think just kind of all of that.
Okay. I was asking, is it really a highly paid job or is it just a myth?
Is it a what?
Copyright. A highly paid job. Is it really a highly paid job?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Why so? Why so?
I think that like anybody can do this, that it's an easy thing to get into. I think it's a misconception to just like, I think anybody could get into this.
Yeah, anybody could get into it, but you said that it is not a highly paid job. So most of the niches, I know already that specifically, generally, writing is itself an underpaid job. Okay, we've been in Pakistan, we've been offered almost 1 cent for a word. Okay,
oh, gosh.
Is it the same case in the field of copywriting for you?
Yeah, especially when starting out. Like, I will see a lot of things on there that are, 2 cents a word, 4 cents a word. I really strove when I started out to not take anything that was less than 5, just because I feel like after a certain amount, when it's too low, it's not worth the amount of time that you put into writing something.
Definitely.
There's not a good balance in it. So for new writers, I always kind of recommend nothing less than 5.
Nothing less than 5.
Yeah, nothing less than 5. And then as you get more experience, charge 7 cents a word, charge 10 cents a word, kind of build up to it from there. But yeah, I think that, when you're first starting out, it probably is not going to yield you thousands of dollars right out the gate,
Obviously. Yeah. Every journey starts from a single step. Every Instagrammer starts from 0 followers, and every copywriter starts from 1 cent a word.
Yep. You kind of have to go through your rounds. You got to jump through the hoops.
Yeah. One always need to do improvement, the continuous and never-ending improvement, the Kaizen strategy. I know all that. Okay. So it is a myth that it is not necessarily a highly paid job at the inception of career, but with the passage of time, when you will keep on sharpening the saw, I think with that passage of time, you will be able to charge more. But Katty, can you just specifically name a few fields in which you feel that copywriting has got much potential? Medical copywriting or the tech copywriting, or do you feel that there are any 4 to 5 specific niches which are good with low competition and high pay?
Yeah, I think that writing in like finance and especially like cryptocurrency is gaining a lot of traction, and I see a ton of posts. I wish that I knew more about crypto. I totally don't, but there is a huge market for that. Anyone that knows anything about it. Same with like anything tech. like any tech advancements, any new gadgets or gizmos that are out there. Like tech and crypto finance, I think, are the top two, like, good entry. Like you're pretty much guaranteed to find some work, as opposed to like beauty and fashion is a little bit harder to start out in.
Yeah, because there are zillions of people already doing that in that field.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a very, in that regard, I would say writing in general is not a oversaturated market by any means, but there are certain niches that are pretty saturated, like beauty and fashion, like health and wellness, fitness, food, travel is another one that is very oversaturated. Everyone loves a good travel blog. But yeah, the two that are up and coming, I think, that have a lot of room for potential and growth would be finance and technology.
Definitely. My dear audience, this seems to be $1 million tip. Now, after the acceptation of cryptocurrency in many countries, I think there is a big boom. And I have personally started doing cryptocurrency trading just for the sake of learning it. And I'm doing quite well. And through this platform, we also train people on cryptocurrency. There is a short course of 10 days that we consistently do on weekly basis. So if any of our audience want to jump into the field of copywriting and opt the niche of cryptocurrency, he must get enrolled in that. And thanks to Katty that I've got a moment to pitch my audience for my courses. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, it's a huge market. There's a demand for it for sure.
Okay, and it was not a planned question. Okay, maybe somebody will feel that as if I'm okay. Okay, so you also told us about the pricing. Okay, now an extremely important question. Okay, from where one can get the projects, whether you use LinkedIn or you've been using your Instagram account for that, or you have any personal contacts through which you are getting any business. You've told us about having the social presence, the website, the Instagram. These things are necessary as the prerequisites to get started, but how one can get the business, the digital marketing or SEO, how would you do that? Please, Katty.
Like how you would find jobs, how you would land that?
Yeah.
I think being on the freelancing platforms like Fiverr is a huge one. Like get on Fiverr, like create the gigs that you want to do. Run specials on them, start low in your pricing, kind of like I said, you're not going to make thousands right out the gate. You can't start a Fiverr package at $150 for a blog post. You got to kind of bring it down a little bit. And being on Upwork is another really great one to land jobs. You can submit pitches to businesses based on their job postings. And so Upwork yields a ton of opportunity. LinkedIn, awesome platform for getting jobs. And then just cold pitching to companies. When I was first starting out, would just type into like Google, like write for health and wellness brands. And then I would find a list of brands that I liked, put them in a spreadsheet, and I would go through and I would email every single, this is what I'm doing. And hopefully like 1 in 100 would come back. So
obviously
I think you went away again.
That's a really great strategy that you've been doing cold pitching to them, but I've been doing this just to get the guest post on my websites. And trust me, Katty, almost 2 to 3 out of 100 people reply you when you will pitch them to get business. It's really a really hard thing, but once you get them, it's really worth it.
Yeah, and once you have clients and you have established businesses that you work with, it's really easy to keep the work going. Like if you work with somebody on Fiverr, for example, you can open a new gig or a new like product package and send them a message about it and be like, hey, like you've bought some stuff from me before. I have this new gig. I think you'd really like it. Like here, let me send it to you. So once you have somebody like hooked, it's really easy to keep getting work.
Okay, so are you working on Fiverr and Upwork, or it was
I'm a little bit. I'm kind of dabbling in Fiverr. It hasn't been like my biggest success. I feel like I garnished a lot more clientele just from cold pitching and LinkedIn and just kind of like networking. But I have been getting into Fiverr a little more recently, and I like it. I feel like it's a really good platform, and I see, especially for like new writers, how like it would be really valuable to be on there.
Obviously, and one must never constrain the opportunities of getting business. The more channels mean more probability of getting you more business. So it is always to give it a try. And why one should be constrained to the platforms like Fiverr and Upwork. You can also try people per hour, Guru.com, Toptal.com. There are so many freelancing platforms from where you can get more business. Okay. So Katty, there are let's talk a little bit about the technicalities of copywriting. There are so many types and classifications of copywriting. Okay. For example, by classifications, I mean, one can write a landing page. There are VSLs, the video sales letters. Then there is a Facebook ad copy. I don't know if it is used on Instagram. Instagram doesn't let you write anything, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, there is a Facebook copy. Then what else is the thing? Yeah, then there are email sequences that we normally use. The sequence of 3 emails, 4 emails, 5 emails, and 7 emails. Okay, now do you think that a copywriter should master all these things, or he should be picking only one type of such thing? What do you say?
I think when starting out, it might be more comfortable to just kind of specialize in one thing. Ultimately, it's probably a good idea to just like full scale know how to do it all, because then you can offer like full comprehensive packages to businesses and say, hey, I can do your website, I can do your email, I can do your product descriptions, I can do your posts, I can do your social media, and just have an all-in-one package for them that's going to cover all of that. And then they don't have to go hire a bunch of different people. They just have to hire you. So I think it's a good idea to just learn it all. You're probably going to use it eventually anyway. So.
Okay. So one can offer a single thing, or one can offer all the things in a package. Okay. So there are so many questions in the comments. I would like to take those as well. If you have any question related to profession of Katty Duncan, you can ask her here. Maybe we won't find her again because of the huge difference of time that we've got. Okay, so this is an opportunity to grasp all the knowledge that she has. Okay, Rajput Rehan is asking, "Sir, क्या सिखा रहे हो copywriting में?" Currently, Rajput Rehan, I have my short video series on my channel, Freelancing with Fahd. There are 14 videos on copywriting. Those are prerequisites to get started. You can watch those, and you can directly get connected with Miss Katty Duncan. She can even teach you as well. I hope she would be interested in teaching you, but that won't be, obviously, that would not be for free.
Okay. Yeah, thank you.
Obviously, there must be a commercial intent. If one person is selling his or her experience, he deserves to be paid. There is no a problem with that.
Yeah, that's another thing. Yeah, raise your rates. Once you write for a little while, raise your rates. Ask for what you're worth.
Obviously, we work for money. If a newbie wants to start copywriting, from where he should take start? What should be the first step to start copywriting? Yeah.
I would say website, get your portfolio up and running, and then get on all those platforms, whatever you can find: LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, Fiverr, Upwork. Get yourself on everything. Like you had kind of said, the more exposure, the more platforms you're on, the more likely it is that you're going to get a job.
That's fine, but what about the learning purpose? You see, we live in Pakistan, and some of my audience also belongs to Saudi Arabia and Dubai. We do not have English as a first language. Okay.
Yeah.
So first, we always need to learn the technicalities of copywriting, because there is a hell of difference between a general content writing and copywriting, because copywriting is always sales oriented. There are so many things like psychological techniques. There is bandwagon effect. There is the urgency that we normally create in that. The things like hook, the things like call to action, and the big bold promises. There are so many elements in a good copy. So what should be the first step, and what could be the useful resources that you would like to recommend us from where one can learn the copywriting?
I think looking up copywriting courses would be a really good way to start, and looking up kind of some general like intro to copywriting online courses, because then they're available everywhere when they're online. And then also like writing applications, like getting like Grammarly is really helpful, because then it spell checks, it grammar checks, it can detect tone of voice and writing fluidity. And so that's a really good one to help when things are at a basic level too, to just like kind of brush them up a little bit and help get them where they need to be. And then you can start copywriting from there.
And that's quite strange that you
practice.
Problems like grammar. I thought grammar is only ours problem, but you guys also face the issues of grammar.
Oh my gosh, all the time. Yeah. And
all the time.
All the time. I am very thankful for programs like that.
Yeah. Thanks to owner of Grammarly.
Yeah.
Okay, but can't you specifically name any influencer to follow, or his or her short courses, or any YouTube channel if you have in your mind? Any book? Yeah.
The two that I followed most regularly to get into freelancing was Alex Fasulo.
Alex what?
Alex Fasulo. Fasulo. She's super well known here as a freelancer and has made like millions on Fiverr, and it has a ton of online courses, and her Instagram and TikTok have a ton of information on how to get started. So very good. And then there was another one that is the freelancewritersguide.com. There's online courses, there's writer templates, there's a bunch of free resources for new writers. So both of those websites, both of those people, super helpful in getting started.
Okay, Alex Fasulo and freelancewritingguide.com.
Yes.
These. And any books that you have read on it? Any book?
No, I haven't really read any books. I've mostly just everything I've learned from Instagram and TikTok and other people's blog posts. So I've just kind of pulled from the internet and made my own internet brand.
And let me just interrupt you, and I would like to reiterate your words before my audience that you learned from TikTok.
Yeah.
Most of the people use TikTok just for the sake of entertainment.
It is. It's very entertaining. You can spend a lot of hours on TikTok. I certainly do. Too much time on TikTok, but it is very useful.
You could have told me your TikTok handle as well. Maybe you will get more followers over there.
Yeah, I share some, it's pretty new, but I do share some freelance writing tips on there, as far as I have a whole series on kind of building the freelancing business and building the copywriting business, and just things to consider with that. So yeah, there's a lot of useful information on there. Yeah,
dear audience, you won't be finding entertaining videos. Those will be useful, informative videos on Instagram channel. I don't know if it is called channel. I've never been on TikTok. Okay. What's left? Okay. I think I've done with all of my questions. I think. How can anyone reach you if anyone want to get connected with you? I have put your Instagram over there. What's your website or anything, or any contact information, any email address that you would like to tell us through which we can get connected with you? Yeah, so in addition to my Instagram, my website has links to my email, my TikTok, all of my other pages. So my website is just www.eudemoniautopia.com, and I have all of my information on there. Yeah, I have this question with you. Sorry for the interruption. What does the edumania utopia, if I'm pronouncing it right, what that word actually mean? Yeah, so eudaimonia utopia, I came across it in a book when I was reading on vacation in Hawaii. And so eudaimonia stems from a Greek word that kind of just means like
peak happiness, like overall
Happiness.
well-being and
Yeah.
contentment. So I
Euphoria.
hear that, yeah, eudaimonia and then utopia is a place, kind of roughly translates then to place of happiness, which is what my website is all about. I write on health and wellness, mental health, self-care, all of that, food, diet, fitness. So it's a place of happiness.
Okay, there is a very interesting question. Sir, will Miss Katty gonna give us some discount if we approach her with your reference?
Well, I mean, I guess that depends on what you're looking for. I don't know what kind of a service you want, but I mean, maybe.
Obviously, they want to learn copywriting. What else service?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't really have a setup or a service for that right now, but I guess maybe I should. Maybe I should put together a course.
You should. You should. You have named so many
Yeah,
copywriters. Okay, and eventually, this is also becomes a good stream of income for writers. I've been also been offering a course of content writing, and you should also start one.
yeah,
Okay,
and there's
and
a lot of people in there.
if anybody approaches you through our reference, I would request you to entertain
Cool.
their request. Okay, and I would help you to get even more clients. No problem
Awesome.
with that, and you can
Love it.
come over at our platform anytime. This is your platform. We really own you. We love you, Katty. You can avail every opportunity here. Okay, so Katty, I need one final nugget of awesomeness from your side, one final advice to our audience that other than copywriting, how they can change their current state, how they can become financially independent. Whoever is stuck in his or her life, what would be your final message to them? Over to you, Kathy.
I would say just to create more financial security and get yourself to where you want to go, start small. It takes a million tiny steps to get to the end of the journey, you know? So if your end goal is to leave your job and have however X amount of money in savings, save $1 a week, you know, start, you know, save one job application, work on one resume, apply for one new thing, like start small and just take it one step at a time, because, you know, like Rome wasn't built in a day. You're not going to get there overnight. So like start small and take small steps to get to where you want to be. And it's going to be a lot easier.
Oh, if I had a mic in my hand, I would have thrown it right away. I'm so much impressed. Because this is the wisdom that I learned after reading so many books, that one should always go small, and uh, gradually the compound effect creates, and you start getting more and more business. This is just the difference of 1 degree at first, which becomes massive when you move on in your life. All you will have to do is to save $1 a week, go small, and eventually you will become successful and feel the taste of the triumph of being a good copywriter like Katty Duncan. Katty,
Thanks.
thank you so much for being with me.
Yeah, thank
Thank you
you.
so much for being on my show. Okay, I will get you again on our show
All right.
very soon. I hope you won't mind that. Thank you so much, Katty.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye bye.